Senator Mitch McConnell, if it had not been for him, I'm not sure we would have put the emphasis we did in the Farm Bill. It was through his suggestion and gentle nudging, not so gentle nudging, that we are on the road we are on. And it's been a long time coming, and the time is now. Leader McConnell, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you and Senator Stabenow for your willingness to be leaned on. Not that you needed it. This was an extraordinary development that we're all excited about in last year's Farm Bill. Kentucky, I gather, like Michigan, has a long history with hemp. I'm glad it's making a comeback, and it's created incredible excitement all across my state. When we began the pilot programs as a result of language that I put in, thanks to you, Mr. Chairman, and others back in 2014, I believe you were chairman then, we put in pilot projects in the 2014 Farm Bill. As we all know, and as the chairman and Senator Stabenow pointed out, this product is incredible, from food to clothing to wellness products. What a diversified product. I'm especially grateful to the two of you. It was fun being there with the president. A little awkward for the senator from Michigan, but she was there for the signing of the bill, I recall. Wondering what she was doing. It was almost an out-of-body experience, I'm sure, but we were all there together, which underscored, I think, the bipartisan nature of the effort that went into putting together last year's Farm Bill. It was exciting to see the president sign it. I had Secretary Perdue down just a week or two ago on a hemp-focused visit, and I think USDA is trying to be helpful in every way they can. The biggest thing they have to come up with, as I think all of us know, is crop insurance, which isn't going to be there for the 2019 crop, but the Secretary's assured us all, and I've helped him do that by writing it into one of the bills we recently passed, that at least the whole crop insurance will be ready for next year. Getting crop insurance for specific hemp is going to take more time, but whole farm crop insurance will be available for hemp next year. All the agencies are playing a vital role in this. You're going to hear from them. EPA and FDA obviously have a role to play in all of this. I've got a constituent here today that I'm awfully proud of, Brian Furnish. Brian is an 8th-generation farmer who's going to be on the second panel from Cynthiana. When he purchased his first farm back in the late 1990s, he turned to what had been our big cash crop, tobacco. Tobacco's history in Kentucky and across our country goes way back to the founding of our country. There are tobacco leaves at various places painted in the Capitol. It was an integral part of the beginning of this country. To show you how pervasive tobacco was in our state when I first came here to the Senate, we grew at least some of it in 119 of 120 counties. It was everywhere. Under the old quota system set up during the New Deal, they actually measured your historical production, assigned that quota to your farm, and it added value to your farm. I mean, you paid property taxes on it. So the government created the asset, and it distributed the income into a lot of different hands and provided an awful lot of income for an awful lot of people for a very long time. What happened next to Brian is the same story that's been shared by thousands of farm families in Kentucky. Demand for tobacco started falling. Foreign competition grew. So in collaboration with leading Kentuckians like Brian Furnish, who's here today, I introduced the tobacco buyout legislation in 2004 to help free tobacco growers from the Depression-era quota system. Signed it into law in 2004, levied a fee on the producers, and we basically bought back the asset that the government had created back in the 30s, compensated them for the asset that had been created by the government back in the 30s. That 10-year buyout ended in 2014. So that's coincided with the 2014 Farm Bill, where we all worked together to put in pilot projects in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, hemp could be a really big deal sometime in the future. So Brian and dozens of other Kentucky farmers hit the ground running with the pilot program just as the quota buyout over the 10-year period ended. The hemp legislation that I offered and you all were happy to accept and participate in couldn't have come at a better time. Brian has grown different strains of hemp for fiber, for seed, for CBD. In addition to farming hemp, he's also had experience processing the crop. So he's not the only one benefiting from hemp's resurgence in my state. Right now, farmers in 101 of 120 counties in just 1 year of legalization, or 6 months of legalization actually, we're now growing it in 101 out of 120 counties. That's how fast it's gone in our state. We have more than 200 processors operating in our state, and this has only been legal for 6 months. It was recently announced that around $100 million worth of Kentucky-grown and processed hemp products are expected to be sold this year alone. Look, I don't think any of us know if hemp will ever be as big as in Kentucky as burley tobacco, but with farmers like Brian leading the effort, I'm confident we have a bright future with this crop in our state. So as the committee reviews the implementation of the hemp initiative, I can think of no better voice to hear from than Brian Furnish. I'm pleased to welcome, I want him to stand up. I think he's got his daughter with him. There you are, Brian. His daughter, Gracie. She's one of the national FAA officers last year and is currently attending the University of Kentucky. She's following in her dad's footsteps as a strong voice for Kentucky agriculture. So I'm thrilled that Brian and Gracie could be here today. I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Senator Stabenow again for your consistent interest in this. I think this is a necessary hearing as we sort of deal with the last three things. If you look at this as a football, we're in the red zone. We're not quite in the end zone yet. We're in the red zone. There are three issues out there. The crop insurance issue, which we discussed. The people who are growing it this year are pioneers. They're out there without the insurance, taking a chance. FDA, you're going to hear from them. What kind of representations can be made that reassure the public and don't overstate. We have some banking issues. I'm not clear whether you're going to hear from them or not, but there have been some credit card issues. There are some EPA issues. You've got them on the schedule here today. So I want to conclude by thanking you all for doing this. I think we're close to the end zone on this, and we're all hopeful it's going to be a really big deal in a whole lot of states, maybe even in Kansas, and we'll see what the future holds. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here, and good luck, Brian. These are really tough questioners, so I'm sure you're nervous as you can possibly be.
Well, Leader, if we're in the red zone, I'm going to let you call some of the plays. You could just go up the middle, but I don't think you're gaining many yards. I think the end around a situation might work out pretty good. We'll work on that one. Our